I have never read this book series. I have also never seen the animated DreamWorks version of this film, so naturally I'm the perfect candidate to go and watch this one. Welcome to my review of How to Train Your Dragon. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content here on this channel, as well as movie reviews every week. All of my movie reviews are spoiler free, and I will leave a playlist of my recent reviews linked up above in case you are looking for something to watch this weekend. So I did go to see How to Train Your Dragon, the live action version, on the big screen on opening night, never having seen the original movie or its sequel, and also never having read the book, which is unusual for me because if you've been following the channel for a while, you will know if there is a movie based on a book, I am reading that book first and bringing you a book versus movie. So let me know now in the comments, should I subsequently go away and read the book or listen to the book, and do a book versus movie where I watch the movie first? Let me know in comments now, one way or the other. So I'd seen a couple of trailers for this one. With it being a big blockbuster movie, it's been trailered before many of the things that I've been to see, including things like Snow White and other sort of family-friendly films. And I was like, hey, you know, it's something that I think I would probably enjoy. I like a family film. I like a kids film. You know, DreamWorks generally do a good job. I don't know if it's DreamWorks that did the live-action one as well, but they did a good job. I'm a fan of Cressida Cowell's writing. I've read other books by her. And so, yeah, went into it. For the kind of first half of the film, I will say it's quite dark. I mean, the film itself is quite dark anyway. It's about dragons trying to like steal sheep and kill people, and Vikings trying to then kill those dragons, which is quite a dark concept. I think you'll agree. But the actual film itself was quite dark. Now, this may have been just the cinema I'm seeing it in. So again, let me know if you've seen it and it was quite dark for you. But it felt like if I was watching this at home, I would have turned up the brightness on my device. There's a Royal Mail van outside and it's Sunday. What is going on? Yeah, so I definitely would have turned up the brightness on my device for this one. And so it kind of meant that at the start, I just felt like I never got to see the dragons. Now, this may be a directorial choice. It might be they said, right, okay, when we're editing this one, we want it to be really dark. We want the dragons to be like seen just out the corner of your eye. We don't want to like directly look them in the face. We, you know, cinematography wise, we want this to be a really dark scene, so it feels really dark, like the Vikings would have had it in the part of the world that they were in. But I don't know. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt in thinking that. For me, I felt like I wanted to see a little bit. I felt like I was kind of like leaning forward and squinting and going, what have we seen here? What is that? What are we shooting this like flaming arrow at now? And the film starts off quite chaotically as well as it being dark and dark. It starts off quite chaotically as well. So for this being marketed as a family film, I did feel like for a lot of it was quite stressful and quite scary. It wasn't the relaxing Friday night experience I thought it would be. I went in there with popcorn and a drink, you know. I wasn't prepared for the intensity of it. It was quite a busy cinema, but there were no children in there. I know that this was a Friday night. It was a later showing, but not super late. And it was interesting because it kind of like shows who it's being marketed as. I think it's a little bit of nostalgia for people who did enjoy the earlier film and did enjoy the books growing up as well. And so there was a lot of people my age or sort of in their 30s that were there as well. And so that was interesting. I thought that the CGI was fantastic. I couldn't fault the CGI, especially having seen Mission Impossible the day before, where there was some absolutely ridiculous CGI. Think like 1990s, early noughties Star Wars ridiculous CGI. But the CGI in this one was brilliant. I never for a second believed that these dragons on the screen were not real. I never for a second like questioned whether that actor was sat on a flying dragon flying through mountains. And the setting itself was really quite exciting. It felt like, I need to check where it was filmed actually, because it felt a little bit Scottish Highlandsy, felt a little bit islandy, and so I'd be interested to find out where it was actually filmed, because I thought the setting was really, really nice. So the story obviously surrounds Hiccup and some of his peers being trained to kill dragons, and trained by Nick Frost, and Hiccup is obviously the son of Gerard Butler. So there are some names attached to this. Obviously, I know there's a bit of controversy around Nick Frost. I'm not going to be commenting on that. But the actual like arena where they were learning how to kill the dragons, or how to get away from the dragons, survive the dragons. It was interesting. It felt a little bit Hunger Gamesy. But the other people acting with the main actor playing Hiccup did annoy me a little bit. I felt like there was a little bit of overacting going on, just a little bit. They didn't annoy me so much that I would have left the cinema, but they did annoy me a little bit. And so that kind of spoiled it for me. There was a set of twins, and again, they might be playing it the way the director told them to play it, and that's fair enough, but they just really, really got on my nerves. I didn't cry. I thought I might cry, but there were some very, very sweet moments in this one. There was also, it's definitely like a David and Goliath classic, the little guy getting what he deserves kind of thing. And so I liked that aspect of it. I enjoyed that, and I enjoyed the guy playing Hiccup. He didn't annoy me. It was just, a little bit on the dark side, and darker / more stressful overall than I expected. Should you pay your cinema going money to go and see this one? I think, if you're going as a family, obviously it's going to be an investment, but there's going to be a little bit of something for everyone there. I didn't laugh, which I expected to laugh, and I didn't. I think that some of the jokes or humorous bits were a little bit cheesy, or a little bit forced, or kind of put in there because they thought they should be. Whereas I think if I then went away and watched the DreamWorks version, that might make me laugh. So I'm probably going to go and do that and see. And then, I'm intrigued as to whether I would like the book, because I generally don't like fantasy, and this is obviously fantasy. So we shall see. I think that there are better family films currently out, and I think that there are better family films coming out in the next couple of weeks. I thought it was fine. I won't go and see it again. If they made a sequel, I probably wouldn't go and see it. So that's my opinion. I don't think you should pay your cinema going money to go and see this one. I think it would be just as good streamed at home. But if there's nothing else on for you to watch, it's fine. As always, if there is another film here that you would like me to go and watch and review for you next week, do let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on my next movie review video. And I will be back with another video for you very soon. So thanks for watching.